Welcome back to Sledgehammer Horror, guys. I am Ken Sledge.
And I'm Ashley Sledge.
And let's talk horror.
So we are doing our review on Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
Yeah, because we're going to go back to Five Nights at Freddy's. We're going to go back to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the place where all of the bad shit happened to us, because that makes a lot of sense.
They always go back. You know that. They always go back. So we're going to talk about the positives, the negatives, and we are going to spoil the film.
So let's get right into our positives of Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
So some of our positives, we had another really great animated opening sequence, just like the first one. This one had a really great one.
I love the animated opening sequences that they do. I really do love those. There are some really funny moments in this movie. And I don't mean like forced funny for kids with it being PG-13. There were some genuinely really funny moments in this movie that made me belly laugh.
Yeah, and Matthew Lillard, he's so good. He doesn't have a lot of screen time, but when he is on screen, he definitely steals the show. Definitely plays a great, like, mean dad, like angry man. Like he just, it's very believable.
Yes. To piggyback off that, that's an amazing dream sequence. And you guys know me especially how I feel about dream sequences.
Yeah.
But when they're played like this, where you know it's a dream,
yeah,
then it works. And this was a great dream sequence. It was very scary, very, very anxious. I loved the dream sequence in this movie.
And they also had a great soundtrack. We used the Romantics again, like we did in the first one.
I hear the secrets that you keep. All right, no copyright, so we'll stop it right there.
I mean, I don't know that they're gonna know what you're saying.
I was way too out of tune anyway. Ski Ulrich puts on a fucking amazing performance in this movie. He really lets his drama chop show.
They're like the OGs, like Matthew Lillard and Ski. Like they got to be buds. Like
we get them back again, teaming up again, and like I said, the dramatic chops that he puts in this movie, like it hits you in the feels.
Absolutely.
Very, very great performance by Skeet.
And this one really had more horror in it. I felt like it was a lot scarier, a lot darker than the first one. Maybe they played it safe with the first one, and maybe that was one of the negatives that people said. So they're like, well, let's amp up the horror, and they really did.
And we need to say this now, especially before we get into the negatives and especially the spoilers. Ashley and I don't know anything about the lore of Five Nights at Freddy's.
I literally had to ask my son about certain things because I was confused about them.
And we'll name drop it because there's certain things that I had no idea. And he was like, well, this is that and this is that. So if we say stuff that makes sense in the lore of the games, please forgive us because we're going based on just what we know from the first and second movie. So with that in mind, let's get into the negatives.
So some of our negatives, never tell us that you're going to have 3 movies.
Stop
Obviously,
telling us you're doing a fucking trilogy.
Keep it a secret. Even if you are, don't tell us because we know that our main characters, they're always going to be safe. There's no anxiety behind it. You don't care.
No fear.
Obviously, you don't care because you know that they're not going to die.
And the opening sequence, it is so, even for the 80s, it is so unrealistic the way the adults are acting to these kids. Like, I'm watching it going, there ain't no fucking way in real life people would act like this.
Go find your parent. The
adults are talking.
Like, she's asking for help, you fucking assholes.
There's no fucking universe where this would really happen.
Well,
so
I mean,
it plays to the story.
It needed to happen in the story, but it's off.
Listen, if we're talking about a movie with walking animatronics that kill people, and I say something else is unrealistic, that's bad.
Yeah.
So that part to me was extremely unrealistic.
So I did say that the horror was amplified, but there's still so many off-screen kills, and I just
I don't think there was any on-screen kills.
Like everything that you seen, they all zoomed away, and I want to see. I want to see what's in his brain too.
Yeah, we want to see what's going on inside his head. Look, we know it's PG-13. We understand and respect that, but you can show us a couple kills. Like, they don't have to be the most graphic or anything, but you can show us something. Like, the cutaways and the off-screen stuff, it's like, oh, even there was one scene, I want to see what's inside your head. My daughter leaned over to me and was like, why couldn't we see that? And I was like, babe, I'm with you on this one.
That's my girl.
Terrible CGI in this movie. couple moments where you're just like, ooh,
Yeah,
that looked terrible.
And the animatronics, like the new ones, like the plastic look, like they look wet almost. I don't know. I like the animatronics from the first one where they looked like they
felt.
were actual, like felt like animatronics, and that's how animatronics were back in the day. Like they weren't these plastic, like new age stuff. So I felt like maybe that was a little unrealistic that we had these plastic
futuristic looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. And again, that does come into play later. So we'll talk about that in the spoilers. And since we're already there, guys, if you haven't seen this, go to your local theaters, go check this out, and then come back and check out our spoilers for Five Nights at Freddy's 2.
All right, like we said, we're going to start spoiling things. So it opens, it's 1982, and we're at this huge new, or I guess the OG, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
And it's a kid's birthday party, and one girl, Charlotte, watches Springtrap take a kid. So Charlotte, she doesn't have any friends, and she just sits there and waits for this marionette puppet to come up out of this trap door. And her one friend, who's this young little blonde girl, is like, come on, come sit at the table with us, come have cake with us. And that's when she sees Springtrap take a little boy to the back.
So we were talking about unrealistic, like adults. So she's trying to get help for this boy that got taken. And they're all just blowing her off. Like, leave
us alone.
Yeah.
The adults are talking. So go find your parents.
And it's like, come on, don't be a dick to the girl. But she ends up saving him, and she's like carrying him out, and she screams, and you see that she got stabbed in the back 3 times, and she falls through the hole that the marionette comes out of. Like the trap door that the marionette pops out of, she falls through.
Right. Well, then we go to, current times. And they're having a Freddy Fazbear's Festival.
Yeah,
Faz.
I guess it's because his aunt, like, they called her crazy.
She survived the first one, by the way. So James, correct your kill count.
She did survive, and she is the one that pretty much made everybody like obsessed with Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and all of the things that were happening. And I think she was like put in a loony bin because of all the crazy shit that she said.
I want to go off on a tiny tangent. I promise this won't take long.
Yeah, okay.
So when I'm watching this, I'm like, there's no fucking way that they would base a town carnival and shit off of these real life events. And then I remember we have Monster on Netflix where they glorify Ed Gein. We have all these new movies that are coming out in the horror world where we're getting, monsterized versions of these. Ted Bundy is going to be Ted Bunny.
Okay, I don't feel like that's the same thing. Like, I kind of get it. Like, my son was obsessed with this game when he was a kid.
It was a fake game, though.
But he, like, wanted to go to, like, Chuck E. Cheese, and he was so sad when they took the animatronics down from there. Like, he liked to watch them.
Not the same, because in this world, people really died in these restaurants because of these things.
But that's why he was obsessed with the animatronics.
Right.
Like, I feel like creepy shit like that, people get drawn to.
Let us know in the comments if you agree with me or the wrong one.
No.
Ashley.
The wrong one? You mean yourself? I'm not saying that glorifying murderers is okay.
No, I know you're not saying that.
I'm absolutely not saying that. I'm just saying...
At the end of the day, this is a fictional movie.
Yeah, I know
we're
that
still going to have fun with it.
When shit like that happens, like, I want to know, too. Like, I want to see the place. Like, I am drawn to things like that.
Well, Abby misses the animatronics, and she wants to go and see them. Like, that's the big first act movement of the movie, is Abby's obsession with trying to find her friends.
Yeah, and so Mike ends up going on a date with Vanessa, and while he's gone, Abby says that she's gonna, because he keeps telling her that, they're broken and he's gonna fix them someday, because he doesn't really want to, like, tell her what's going on.
Right.
So she decides that she's gonna leave while he's out on his date, and she's gonna go fix his friends, or her friends.
Go fix her friends.
Yeah, but the animatronics, they are gone. And she's just really sad, and she just misses them very much.
And it's not even that she misses the animatronics.
It's the kids that are inside them, yeah. Because
right.
She really doesn't have a lot of friends at school, unfortunately.
So that's her thing, is I miss my friends. When she says that, you're thinking she means, these guys.
Yeah.
But she's not. She means the kids that were
inside.
The souls of the kids. And remember those old speak and says? Like Abby finds a speak and say, and this is called a Faz talker. And it keeps lighting up when it's on the floor. So Mike's like, go ahead and take it. You know, because they're at the OG one now. Or no, they're not. I'm sorry.
They're still at the one that Mike worked at.
They're at the one from the first one.
He doesn't even know about that one yet.
Yes. My apologies.
Yeah. So a team of ghost hunters. We have our McKenna Grays.
Teo Briones.
And Teo Briones, yes. They go to the OG Freddy Fazbear. This one has like a
little river on the inside.
Yeah, like I guess it was like a boat ride, and it has like all these little marionettes all around it. Yeah, I mean, it looks fucking cool. Like, I totally would have wanted to go there when I was a kid, but...
I agree. That's not what I'm saying is stupid. We'll get into what I think is stupid here in a minute.
I know exactly what you think is stupid.
But, you know, obviously two horror up-and-coming icons in McKenna Grace, you know, Teo Briones,
yes.
Two amazing young horror actors. So it was cool to see them together. A security guard named Michael. When at first they said Mike, I thought they were talking about our Mike. Like security guard named Mike. I was like, really?
Yeah.
But it's Michael, and he makes them known. Hey, I'm not Mike.
It's not Mike. It's Michael, which is funny because it's normally the opposite. Yeah. Like, call me Mike, you know, call me Ken. So
he's the one that lets them into the restaurant.
And he's super fucking creepy.
Yes.
Like, you don't trust the guy.
Right.
So McKenna Grace's character, she shuts off this music box that was open, like next to this huge ass present. And this is when it releases the marionette, which is Charlotte. And it possesses McKenna Grace's character. So now McKenna Grace looks like the marionette. And I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I even asked my son, I said, is this in the game? Like, can the marionette possess humans? And he said no. So with that, I'm like...
And when someone gets possessed, they look fucking stupid.
Yeah, they look stupid. Like, their faces, they look like a mime, kind of.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, why wouldn't they walk around in the marionette?
But apparently, from what our kids say, in the games, you do have to continue to turn the music box to keep the woman away.
The marionette, she's like the strongest, like character. Like, everyone is afraid of her.
Right. Well, then we see Teo Briones and another one of their partners get got. It's not withered. I can't remember what the thing is called. It comes down and it grabs Teo Briones and takes him up. And then I can't remember. It's not withered something, but whatever. Mangle, that's what it's called.
Yes.
Takes Teo Briones. Yeah. Again, guys, forgive me. I learned all this 25 minutes ago.
Yeah.
And then the other partner, all of the marionette things fall into the water.
But was it Balloon Boy?
It might have been Balloon Boy. But when he looked down, he saw all the marionette things.
They were all in there, but later on,
it was
Balloon Boy was
that
in the
makes
water.
sense.
So I'm like, was it Balloon Boy that actually got him? Boy. Yeah, because I was like, why are all these little marionette dolls killing him?
Life.
Yeah, I was really
That actually
confused.
makes sense. It probably was Balloon Boy, and I didn't think. Like I said, I didn't really think about that, but it definitely could have been Balloon Boy. But the way they set it up made it look like all these tiny little marionette dolls got him.
So the speak and say thing that Abby tells Abby like where they are. And,
come find us.
Abby. And so she goes to the OG Freddy Fazbear's.
And we find out now that Charlotte can't leave. None of the animatronics can leave because Vanessa set up a perimeter lock.
So they're all stuck in this OG.
And so the McKenna Grace doll, marionette has Vanessa held captive. And this is another part where, there's a jump scare with the McKenna Grace one that looks terrible.
It doesn't look great, but that's unfortunate. It could have been really creepy.
Right.
Just especially the way that it like crawls and its fingers are super long. Like it's a creepy character for sure. The teacher, Mr. Berg, is the biggest asshole. I was like, I hope Chica gets his ass because seriously, I hope she gets his ass. Rips it right off.
PG-13, lady.
Sorry.
Gosh darn.
No, I don't care. He was such a jerk. He was
such
so
an asshole,
mean.
Man.
And
to me, one of the worst things in this world is a teacher that doesn't care.
I felt so bad for Abby because she was trying so hard to make this. They're like doing this
science fair.
Yeah, and she was trying
build.
so hard to make this animatronic, and she was super happy Chica actually helped her build this animatronic, and she was so happy about it, and he dropped it and broke it on the floor because he's like, you're an embarrassment. He pretty much tells her she's an embarrassment. Like, she's 11, you fucking asshole.
She really reminds me of somebody I know, too. So that's why I think this part hit a little hard for us.
Yeah.
Like, she reminds us of somebody
I was like,
very close to us.
I can't wait for Chica to fuck him up.
So Abby shuts off the perimeter. Charlotte has Vanessa and is choking her. And
pretty much says that they're gonna
kill Abby, and Chica puts her hand on Abby.
Yeah,
and Abby can't see any of this. It's all done through another room, but somehow Charlotte's in all of the animatronics. She can through like mind waves or radio waves is controlling them.
Yeah,
stuff that's way over my dumb head. So Vanessa has to give them the password to shut off the perimeter lock, so she can keep Abby safe.
So Chica's like telling Abby what to put into the computer. So Abby's the one that let him out. Yep. So we find out that Skeet is actually Charlotte's dad. So this is from the beginning when Charlotte dies, and he's very upset about it, and he knows
this performance is fucking rock solid.
Yeah, like he knows what really happened there. He knows that it's evil and that they kill people, and so he's trying to like warn people. Like he puts this
Freddy's murderers with a phone number.
With a phone number, and that's...
But like I said, his dramatic, like him crying in the scene, like this was just oh my God, the scene was so damn good.
Yeah, he's doing that to Mike. Mike goes and sees him because he
wants to know what's happening.
Wants to know how he can stop it, pretty much.
So now we see that McKenna Grace is dead.
Yeah.
So the animatronic, Charlotte has moved on. The marionette has moved on, and McKenna Grace's dead body is there on the floor. It's like, damn. I was hoping McKenna Grace was going to be the marionette throughout the whole movie because I just think she's amazing.
Yeah, so all of the animatronics show up at like the Fast Fest, and they blend in because everybody is, dressed up like them. So they're like, this is sick. Like, this is a great costume. Except
for one guy. He's like, no, this plastic doesn't look good. But he was just a hater.
He was so jealous of it, like, because his costume was like cardboard.
Are you going to the costume contest? He's like, yes, I will. And he's like, he's going to win.
Yeah. Even after he walks away and he talks shit, he was like, he's going to win.
So the prototypes get activated here, and they're in the old restaurant, right?
They're in the OG. They're in the basement. These withered ones. And they look cool as hell. Like that. They look so much better than the plastic ones.
Right. And they are called the withered ones. So you got withered Bonnie, withered Chica, which is something our kids taught us tonight. Yeah. So it was cool to see that.
We are learning stuff from our children.
We are trying.
So Mangle, he causes Vanessa to crash her car. And Mangle is scary as shit looking. Like... pretty much like all metal except for like his face.
I thought it was like a withered Foxy, and my son was like, no, it's Mangle. I was like, oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah, it's the white one. It's the white fox looking one. That's Mangle.
I'm an idiot. Damn.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, now, again, apparently this is canon in the video games, but it does not make any fucking sense to me. Mike puts on a Freddy mask, and it stops the animatronics because they scan him now, and they're like, oh, it's an animatronic. Not a human holding a face up.
I mean, they are just computers, so it's probably easy to trick them,
So why didn't he put a mask on and just walk out?
Because it was so big. He didn't have a mask. There was no masks laying around.
Stupid. Okay, well, again, obviously something Ash and I are going to disagree on. I thought that was stupid. My kids told us, I keep saying our kids told us that's canon to the video games. In Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you can put on a mask, and that's how you can walk around because there's no door, and that was also a funny part.
Don't they fucking do that in Jeffy or whatever too? Yeah. So obviously they know the lore more than us.
Right, but I think it's funny how he's like, who doesn't put in a door?
I know. Like who designed this place? Yeah. So the marionette, she takes Abby, and Charlotte takes her body, but Mike plays this like music box, and it gives Abby her body back. So, like, Abby is the marionette at this point.
And it looked good.
It does.
This looked good. And you could tell that she had a blast. The young lady that played her, Piper, she had to have so much fun playing this part.
Just, the way she was giggling, and it was super creepy.
Yeah. So Michael shows up from the beginning, and that's Vanessa's brother. Again, something that's canon.
Okay, what?
Yeah.
Michael is her brother.
Yeah. And he's like, Oh, yeah, I'm sure she didn't tell you that, Mike, because the truth doesn't agree with her. She doesn't tell the truth very often.
She just doesn't fucking tell anybody about any of her past at all.
And now we get the cool shit.
Yeah, so the animatronics from part 1, they come out and they just start destroying all the new animatronics.
They help our protagonist.
Yeah.
When Mike went and pleaded to them.
He went back to
the one that he worked at.
The one that he worked at.
And he was like, listen, if you guys are here,
like, please, Abby's in trouble. I really need your help.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it myself. I need you.
So the system of these ones, they start to fail, and the kids that are stuck inside of these animatronics, they actually get released and are able to go back to heaven, which they kind of touched on this earlier when Abby went back to the place he worked at. He was like, well, maybe they went to heaven. Wouldn't you want that for him?
Yeah, wouldn't you want that for them?
And she's like, yeah, I really would. But, still, like, those are her friends.
And this is a happy ending, so that's where the movie ends. Oh, wait.
No,
it fucking doesn't, because there's going to be a part 3. The one looks at Mike. He's like, Mike, I can't hold him anymore. You're going to have to stop him. And Mike's like, who? And obviously we all know, they were holding back William Afton.
Yeah.
And we know that, but obviously, because you don't see Afton in this movie at all, except for in that dream sequence.
Yep. That's all you see is just whenever Vanessa has her little visions or dream sequences is the only time you see him. So Mike pretty much tells Vanessa, like, stay away from us. Like, you lie, you never tell us the truth, and it's always causing all this shit. I can't trust you. So she's, like, all really sad and, like, staring at them as they're walking away. And this is when Charlotte possesses her, and the movie ends. So, like, her eyes turn white and she becomes the marionette.
And that's genuinely how this movie ends. They end this movie on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, we already knew that we were getting a third installment of this. And we do get a post-credit scene.
It's a bunch of people that are apparently breaking into the... Would you say this is the OG one?
That one was, yes. That
or the
was,
one that Mike worked at?
No, it was the one that Mike worked at.
Okay, they're breaking into the one Mike worked at.
Because that's where he died.
Yes, and they're trying to take a bunch of shit because they're doing a haunted house.
They
and
want,
they want
like,
to make it legit.
Yeah. Freddy Fazbear.
And they find a special room, and that's where they find Springtrap, and he gets activated in the post-credit scene.
Like, one of his eyes just kind of, like, start lighting up a little bit.
So we knew when this was announced that we were going to get a trilogy. At announcement, we knew. I hate that. I hate it. And we talked about it earlier. That sucks. I hate when they do that. But I love the setup here. This is a very dark ending. William Afton's back. Charlotte has possessed Vanessa, who she thought was her only friend. Vanessa, we didn't touch on it, but Vanessa was the little blonde girl from the beginning with Charlotte.
Yes.
And so there's so much that potential for the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's 3. So for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. I did have fun with it. I thought it was, darker. It was scarier. It's everything that I like in a horror movie like this. This is what I expected out of a gateway horror movie, and I wasn't disappointed. So 3 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna also give it a 3 out of 5. I had fun with it. I liked, I like a lot of, like,
old
the
animatronics back,
withered versions.
Yeah,
I really liked how they looked. And like Ken said, it's a lot. There was a lot more horror. Really, my only complaint is I want to see, like, more gore, I guess. Yeah. More, like, on-screen kills. But other than that, like, the horror definitely hit better in this one for me.
So let us know in the comments, guys. What did you think of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 and its ending? What are you hoping for in the upcoming Five Nights at Freddy's 3? These are all things that we would love to know. If you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help build the channel more than you know. And follow Sledgehammer Horror on social media. Those links are in the description as well. But until next time, keep talking horror.
Stay who you are.
And we'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.